Hi, my name is Christine Ackerley, and today I'm going to explain how you can use plain language to improve your writing and reach your audience. Plain language writing uses clear, to-the-point wording and design, so intended readers can easily understand and use the information you're writing about. Why is this important? With plain language writing, you can concisely and accurately convey information to a broad audience. Essentially, plain language makes your writing more powerful and valuable to the world. Step 1. Ask yourself, why are you writing? Writing is meant to inform, to communicate ideas, and to persuade. But to really write in plain language, you have to ask, why are you informing readers? What do you really want them to understand? And how do you want them to use the information you're giving them? For the last 6 years, I've worked as a freelance graphic and web designer. I've watched my clients slave over long reports or copy for their website, and then have no one read or care about them. Because they didn't decide the purpose of their message before they started, they missed out on the opportunity to use every sentence to further their message. Writing to simply raise awareness of something isn't enough. Are you raising awareness so readers can engage with issues politically? Are you informing readers so you can improve their quality of life? Or are you sharing something awesome you did so readers can implement it too? It might be a combination of reasons, but there should always be an overarching purpose to why you're writing. And this purpose should answer the questions: why are you informing your readers? What do you want them to understand? And how do you want them to use this information? Step 2. Define your audience. Once you know why you're writing, you need to know who you're writing for. Determining your audience will help you choose language that they'll understand. We're all specialists in our particular fields, so we all have specialized language that can either help or hinder the message we're trying to convey. The biggest problem is that when we write, most of us write assuming our audience is made up of people like us. Unless you want other specialists in your field to be the only people who will read and understand your writing, then you need to know who your audience is and use language they'll understand. The success of writing depends solely on how the readers receive it. It has to make sense to them. So ask yourself, who are you writing for? If it's the general public, then make sure you write for those who are least informed about your topic. Let's recap. Step 1 is to think about why you're writing. Step 2 is to determine who you're writing for. Step 3 is to get systematic with your writing. We're all busy and readers want to hear your message. A great way to save time for you and your readers is by getting systematic about your writing. Readability statistics are one way to do this. Readability statistics allow you to determine the grade level of your writing. Microsoft Word has a Readability Statistics plugin that you can turn on in the Tools menu. When you're in the Tools menu, select Options. Click the Spelling and Grammar tab. Check the Check Grammar with Spelling and Show Readability Statistics checkboxes. Click OK, and then after that, the Readability Statistics will pop up each time you complete a spell check. There are also great free online apps that serve the same purpose. My favorite is the Hemingway app. The goal in plain language writing is to aim for a grade 8 or grade 9 reading level. Once you know your readability statistics, you can move to the next step in getting systematic: editing. Let's say you write an informative, awesome piece on sharks. You run the stats and you find out your masterpiece is written at a grade 15 reading level. That's way too high for the average reader. So you decide to edit your work. How do you know you're editing properly? One shortcut I've learned to use is an editing checklist. An editing checklist allows you to do 1 or 2 initial edits and eliminate the mistakes people most commonly make. You can also personalize your checklist to include the mistakes you most commonly make. Using a checklist will help you quickly identify the problems in your writing. Checklist items should include breaking up long sentences and paragraphs, shortening and simplifying words, eliminating passive language, and adding strong verbs. The last step to improving your writing is to be aware of the knowledge gap. As professionals, we know our subject matter so well that it's hard to imagine how others wouldn't know what we know. I mean, seriously, how can the world not understand how the anatopolitics of human and non-human bodies is sustained by accumulating and classifying such neocliths in a museum's observational/expositional performances? I think you get my point. So if this knowledge gap is an innate problem for people, how do we overcome it in plain language writing? The trick is to write about tangible objects and give concrete examples. As you become more specialized in your field, you know exactly what everything means. But to newcomers to your area, they still need touchstones so they can understand and relate to what you're writing. For example, we could write that participants were tested under conditions of good to excellent acoustic isolation. Or we could just shorten that to say we tested the students in a quiet room. Using two examples also helps readers. For example, we could write a key differentiator in the selection process was the ICTS approach to delivering integrated solutions, combining effective manpower, canine solutions, and cutting-edge technology. Or we could say they chose our company because we protect buildings with a combination of guards, dogs, and sensors. No one knows what an integrated solution looks like. You can't draw that in Pictionary. But guards, dogs, and sensors, there you go. Another way to overcome the knowledge gap is to get someone else, not in your field, to read your work. It can be exasperating. I mean, how can your editor not understand the difference between community engagement and community service learning? But it will make your writing better. So to recap, step 1 is to think about why you're writing. Step 2 is to determine who you're writing for. Step 3, get systematic with your writing by using readability statistics and editing checklists. And step 4, span the knowledge gap by using concrete examples to clarify your information. If you follow these 4 steps, I guarantee that more people will be able to understand your writing. And the more people that understand, the more likely it will be that people care. Writing is hard. Writing in plain language is very hard. But it's worth it because it helps your really important information reach the people who need it. To access some tools to help you improve your plain language writing, visit the link on your screen. There you'll be able to download my editing checklist, written instructions on how to set up your readability statistics in Microsoft Word, and some worksheets you can use to practice writing in plain language. Happy writing!